Hello, my name is Lottie and I am part of the strength and conditioning team at Dartmouth Swimming Club. The aim of this presentation is to put forward a new strategy during our pre-race warm-up for one of our national swimmers. Therefore, over the next 15 minutes, I will discuss how post-activation potentiation training can enhance swimming performance in sprint swimmers. Before we start, here is an overview of what will be covered during this presentation. Our athlete is a 20-year-old male competing at national level with a specialisation in the 50-metre freestyle event. His goal is clear. He wants to qualify for the GB Swimming Championships in April 2024. Performance optimisation becomes paramount alongside a rigorous training regime of 6 days a week consisting of 2 to 3 sessions each day, both in the pool and the gym. The pre-race warm-up in particular involves a 30-minute session in the pool, covering 800 metres of various swim, drill and kicks for front crawl. To enhance performance, the focus is on improving peak power output during the swim and reducing the time to 15 metres after the swim start. By integrating post-activation potentiation training into the existing programme, we aim to harness the physiological mechanisms that underlie muscle potentiation to achieve that greater force production and rate of force development. This strategic approach aligns with the athlete's aims and offers a targeted method to elevate that performance. Ultimately, we are trying to enhance his chances of success in reaching that desired qualification for the GB Championships. Activation potentiation, known as PAP, is a physiological phenomenon characterized by a temporary increase in muscle force production following a high-intensity contraction. This effect is attributed to enhance the neural drive and changes in muscle contractile properties. Essentially, it involves performing a brief high-intensity exercise, such as heavy resistance training, followed by a short rest period before performing a performance task. For seasoned athletes, the key to reaping the benefits of PAP lies in the higher volume potentiation bouts, especially when the power load is optimal. But here's the catch. Extended rest intervals are crucial for high intensities as fatigue can hinder repetitions until near or complete failure. So taking the recommended 7 to 8 minutes is advised. Therefore, heavy loads and longer rest intervals following PAP protocols benefit athletes with a higher percentage of type 2 muscle fibers. Critical research behind PAP has garnered significant attention in sports science literature due to its potential to enhance athletic performance. Studies, including those by Tillen and Bishop 2009, demonstrated that PAP protocols can improve sprint performance by optimizing muscle contractile properties and increasing the rate of development of force. The application of PAP is showing promising results across various sports, therefore suggesting the effectiveness within swimming. Post-activation potentiation operates through two primary mechanisms, each crucial in enhancing muscular performance. Firstly, the phosphorylation of myosin regulatory light chains, as shown in Figure 1, triggers a cascade of events within muscle fibers. This phosphorylation increases myosin sensitivity to calcium ions, amplifying the force-generating capacity of the muscle fibers. Consequently, a more efficient interaction between actin and myosin filaments occurs during muscle contraction. This leads to a notable increase in the force production. Secondly, PAP is associated with the heightened recruitment of high-order motor units as shown in Figure 2. These motor neurons innervate large and more powerful muscle fibers, contributing to a greater force output and rate of force development during these subsequent muscle contractions. The activation of these motor units is instrumental in the acute enhancement of muscle performance following a conditioning contraction. This enhancement holds significant implications for activities requiring explosive power, such as diving off the block in a swim start. This action demands rapid force generation in order to be successful. The study by Kilder et al. 2011 focused on 9 elite sprint swimmers, all close to their national records, undergoing rigorous training comprising of 11 pool sessions and 3 land conditioning sessions a week. Before experimental trials, swimmers familiarized themselves with testing methods and had their 3-rep max squat measured. Subsequently, they underwent 3 testing sessions post-warm-up and dynamic stretching, including baseline counter-movement jumps and post-activation potentiation stimulus on back squats, with a recovery period of 4 and 16 minutes between each set. Despite the rigorous training regime and PAP interventions, a repeated measure one-way analysis of variance didn't reveal any significance when comparing swim starts with PAP warm-ups to those with swim-specific warm-ups. Therefore, there was no discernible difference noted within the 15-meter times. Yet, comparing PAP warm-ups to the swim-specific warm-ups showed significant increase in both peak vertical force and peak horizontal force, as shown in Figure 3. The study's findings have significant implications for the use of PAP in swim warm-ups. While PAP can potentially enhance power output during counter-movement jumps, a crucial finding emerged. An 8-minute recovery period post-PAP stimulus is necessary for optimal performance in subsequent explosive activities like diving in. This underscores the need for individualized recovery durations for maximal benefits from PAP interventions. Ultimately, integrating PAP into swim warm-ups could positively impact swim sprint performance, particularly in the first 15 meters. A study by Hancock, Sparks and Coleman, 2015, looked into post-activation potentiation training and its influence on sprint swimming performance. Following maximal muscular contraction, muscles enter both a potentiated and fatigued state. Notably, fatigue dissipates quicker than potentiation, creating a window for performance enhancement. To investigate this, 30 collegiate swimmers participated in 2 swimming trials, one utilising a PAP loading protocol and the other without. Remarkably, the PAP trial significantly improved 100-metre freestyle swims for both men and women. The PAP protocol involved dynamic resistive sprints using a total performance power rack. The protocol consists of 4 repetitions at a calculated load, spaced 1 minute apart, with each sprint lasting approximately 7 seconds. The load calculation utilised a formula considering lean body mass and the subject's best 100-metre freestyle time, adjusted to align with the target sprint duration. The study observed a notable increase of 0.54 seconds in swim time, a significant difference in a sport where outcomes are often decided by tiny margins. Additionally, the PAP loading strategy aimed to create a specific window for opportunity, as depicted in Figure 4. Results indicate that the PAP trial was significantly faster than the control, with a mean time of 62.91 seconds. However, the difference was more pronounced in the first 50 metres, with only a slight 0.27 second improvement in the second 50 metres. This is shown in Figure 5. It's worth noting that proper conditioning exercises may further improve the outcomes related to PAP for up to 1 minute. This suggests that implementing the PAP loading protocol 6 minutes before a swim can effectively enhance 100-metre freestyle performance within a critical window of opportunity where fatigue is at its minimum. Post-activation potentiation training has been extensively studied and shown to offer significant benefits for athletic performance as a whole. Research by Wilson et al. 2013 and Tillin and Bishop 2009 highlights how PAP enhances factors such as muscle fiber recruitment, rate of force development, and muscle contractility, which are crucial for explosive movements required in sprint swimming, such as the dive and the underwater phase. Hodgson et al. 2005 and Kilduff et al. 2007 discussed the underlying physiology of PAP, emphasizing its role optimizing the neuromuscular coordination and the strength shortening cycle, both essential for power strokes and quick acceleration. Moreover, studies by Guguli et al. 2003 and Robbins 2005 demonstrate the practical applicability of PAP training, showing improvements in performance in explosive activities following PAP-induced potentiation. These findings collectively provide a strong scientific rationale for incorporating PAP training into the conditioning programs of our sprint swimmer. This is because it offers targeted neuromuscular adaptations that directly translate to enhance the sprint performance within the water. Further research conducted by Waddingham et al. 2021 revealed a significant improvement in the 15-meter start time when employing an explosive banded squat protocol in conjunction with an individualized swim warm-up. Figure 6 illustrates that performing banded squats with 3 reps of 3 repetitions and a recovery time of 6 minutes before the race led to an increase in peak power output. Based on these findings, this protocol will be incorporated into the swimmer's regime. Specifically, it will be integrated in the pre-competitive phase of the macrocycle and conducted once a week leading up to the competition in the microcycle. Additionally, the swimmer will implement this protocol before each heat and final to ensure that they compete within their optimal performance window. During their power and strength sessions before the first sprint, the swimmer will complete 3 sets of 3 banded squats, followed by a 6-minute rest period before proceeding with the first 25-meter sprint of the main set. This strategic integration aims to capitalize on the benefits observed in the research and enhance the swimmer's performance during competitive events. Although there are other PAP training protocols available, such as the Total Performance Power Rack, as previously mentioned, the banded squat protocol stands out as the most affordable and best suited to our athletes' needs at this current point in time. As they are approaching the competitive season and they are familiar with the resistance bands, this seems the most applicable to their training. Testing the effectiveness of the banded squat protocol in post-activation potentiation training allows coaches to track athletes' progress and make informed decisions regarding qualification and performance strategies. By comparing baseline data with the post-protocol assessments, coaches can gauge the protocol's impact on performance metrics, aiding in predicting and optimizing athletes' tactical approaches. Monitoring enables personalized adjustments to the protocol, ensuring individualized training responses and minimizing risk of overtraining or underperformance. Recording baseline data and comparing it with the PAP times provide immediate feedback on the protocol's efficiency, offering insights into the acute improvements induced by PAP training. Furthermore, force plate measurements offer biomechanical insights into start performance, aiding in the assessment of explosive power and efficiency changes. Together, these monitoring and testing strategies enable coaches to fine-tune PAP training protocols, optimizing athletes' performance potential and strategic readiness. To conclude, adding post-activation potentiation training to our swimmers program aims to improve their sprint performance up to 15 meters from start. It also will help them to achieve their qualification time for the GB Championships. Through the knowledge of the research underlying PAP, we can educate the athletes on how to improve their performance and when to do so. The swimmer's development will be tracked through regular testing and success monitoring, allowing for the determination of whether an increase in load in relation to performance outcomes requires improvement. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Here is my reference list.